Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the channel. You're watching the Trading Phoenix, where I trade live in my challenge account through Funder Pro every morning so that you guys can see the reality of trying to become a full-time day trader. It is not fun, and I actually have something to talk to you about. I posted in my Discord, link in the description for you guys, last week on Friday. I made some really big trades. Two of my largest trades to date, actually. And super excited. You guys, I talked about one of them on the live on Friday, and was really excited. Went the rest of the day, made another huge trade. Caught a lot of that downside that happened on Friday, and went into my account through Funder Pro afterwards, and it told me that the challenge had failed due to drawdown, which is crazy because I was up like $20,000 that day. The other weird part is within Funder Pro, when you fail a challenge, it disconnects your ability to even see these charts that you can see here. You lose your connection completely, right? It never did that, and it continued to allow me to trade the rest of the day, and all of those trades are in that account through Trade Locker, which is the platform that you trade through, but none of it showed up in Funder Pro. None of it. So really strange. I was really caught off guard by that. I submitted a ticket. Haven't heard anything back. So this morning, I purchased another challenge because I don't want to waste any time, but I'm still hopeful that something went wrong on their end, and they're going to hopefully reopen that challenge because I was at, a really good place there. So anyway, I purchased a new challenge, and I also, you'll see that I added my balance and P&L on the screen there for a couple of reasons. One, so that you guys can see everything that's going on, because I claim full transparency, and I want to make sure that I'm meeting your standards. And then also, I want something that's going to record what the hell is going on in my challenge account, so that if something like this happens again, I actually have proof. Because that's crazy that I went through all of that, and it might have been for nothing. Now, I've never had an issue like this before with Funder Pro, and anytime I've ever had an issue, they've fixed it and have changed the account back to where it was before the issues and whatever. So I'm hopeful that we get that same treatment this time. It was really, really strange, and yeah. So there's that. Monday, new week, new challenge account. So if you guys see, that's why we're sitting at 100,000 for my balance. I want you guys to be able to see everything. I want to be completely transparent. And I also want to be able to record, so I'm going to be recording, whether I'm live or not. I'm going to be recording. Anytime this program is open, I'm going to be recording from this point forward, because what the hell, I was super stoked on Friday to have made those trades, and like it's all gone. It's crazy. And what's even crazier is I still have access to that account on Trade Locker, through Trade Locker. I can switch over and still trade on it, which is really strange. I shouldn't be able to do that if that account is now closed due to me failing, right? So anyway, we'll see. I have a ticket submitted. Hopefully it gets resolved, and if it does and they they set it back to where it was, then I'll have this other challenge account. Honestly, what I'll do is at that point, I'll just get a trade copier and I'll just trade both accounts at the same time, you know? Or maybe I'll keep one as a backup. So, yeah, that happened this weekend. It was quite the weekend for me. I was not happy about that at all. So we'll see. We'll see. So this week we have a little bit of data coming out. We'll go over that in a couple of minutes here. Obviously, you can see the volatility that we have here this morning. We are in volatility zone, if you will, according to the VVIX. A lot of, again, we're still getting a lot of uncertainty in the market due to, I guess not so much tariffs, but the Ukrainian war, and then a lot of this Doge stuff that's still going on. So yeah. Anyway, so some data coming out. Nothing today. Let's take a look over here. Not really much going on today. Got a couple of really nothing today. Tomorrow, really not much going on tomorrow either. Richmond Fed, Dallas Fed, some numbers coming out for them, but those are very low impact. Wednesday, we have mortgage data, building permits, new home sales, medium impact with those. Thursday, we have durable goods, okay, and we have GDP. So those two things are pretty big as far as impact to the market. All right, so we really have nothing until Thursday, and then Friday we have PCE prices. All right, so Thursday, Friday we have data coming out. We don't really have much coming out until then. As you can see here, market is still falling. We had a sell-off. We had a pretty big sell-off on Friday, which I caught twice. Apparently I didn't, but anyway, sorry, I'm still very sour about that. Yeah, we had a pretty decent sell-off on Friday after pretty much testing all-time highs all week. We did not break all-time highs. We tested for three days really, and then got a little sell-off on Thursday, but then on Friday we got our big sell-off, and it looks like we're going to continue selling off here. If we take a look at the day chart here, I would imagine that we're going to come back down to this trend line here at least. Doesn't have to. I mean, we can get support where we are and then maybe push back up, but I would say the chances are pretty good that we at least get a pull back to this trend line. This trend line here is over a year strong. So I would definitely expect support here unless something huge happens in the world or the economy. I would definitely expect support at this trend line if we get there. And then we probably continue a move up, maybe make new all-time highs. Here's all-time highs from previous. Here's where we tested 1, 2, 3 days in a row. Okay, Thursday we got a little sell-off, and then this is your Friday sell-off. We closed really strong on Friday, and then previous sessions today hasn't really done much, hasn't really moved much. So I would imagine we're probably going to continue a sell-off here. And when I say sell-off, it may not be a sell-off as far as like we're going to get this huge dump to the downside. We may just end up consolidating and slowly moving back down to this trend line here before we bounce and make a move up. So that's the 4-hour chart. As you can see, we are looking, you know, a little bearish so far. This is today so far. We got a little move up, but, you know, again, we're getting a lot of selling pressure. I'm just trying to take a look here to see if there's any areas of imbalance on the larger charts that could be worth watching. We do have one here, I guess, from last week. Take a look at the 15. Yeah, we don't have anything left behind on the 15. We had one here, but that got eaten up by this move here. It did push through it, okay, which tells me that even if we had a pullback here, we have more downside, which is exactly what's happening now. All right, so we could just be looking for previous day close, which would be Friday. Or like I said, we could be continuing our move to the downside towards that trend line. So we'll see. We'll see. All we can do is wait. This is all volatility, choppiness. You can see how these candles and these wicks just, you know, take over the previous candle. This is an environment that you can't really trade in unless you're giving yourself some huge room with your stop loss. Otherwise, your stop loss just gets taken out every time, and it really doesn't matter what direction you're looking to go. So you're gonna wait for a little calm in the storm here, and then look for an opportunity. All right, let's go here. All right, so I'm still continuing our downside push here. As you can see, continuously making lower lows and lower highs. Also, I want to point out again and again say thank you to all my subscribers. The account is it's just growing. The channel on YouTube is growing, and you know, I gotta say I appreciate all of you. So please continue to watch, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we are growing a community here that I plan to make the best trading community out there. I know there's a lot of them out there. I know that's big talk, but I have big plans. So join the ride. Let's take this journey. Let's become successful. Let's find the right tools, and you know, even if we experiment with different prop firms. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the prop firm industry, and I really I have nothing bad to say about Funder Pro. This is the first time I've ever had an issue like that with them. They are growing quickly also, so I would expect maybe some hiccups. I still, at this point, would recommend them. They have not had any claims and whatnot, like a lot of the prop firms out there. I know Top Step is going through some stuff right now, and they were like the top, right? Even Apex has got some things going on with them as well. And you would think that those were the two top prop firms out there, and even they are apparently having issues and getting sued and withholding payouts. I can say that at least Funder Pro, they post in their Discord their payouts. On their website, they post their payouts. The people that own the accounts post their payouts. They have not withheld anything so far, and they continue to grow. So I'm hoping that they're going to be, a newer, better version of a prop firm, and hopefully we can get my issue resolved here also. But I'd still recommend them for sure, based on everything that I've done and seen and used. They are by far still the best in my opinion, and I do have a link for them in the description. All right. Had some issues, I guess, with my Discord. I'm new to Discord. I've not really had, I've been on it as a user to follow, certain things, but I've never had my own community or whatever you want to call it. So I spent the weekend working on making it much more safe and secure. One of the followers or members had said that they got a message that looked like my account, and they sent me a copy of what they received, and I'm like, holy crap. I have like, I don't know, less than 10 members. And so I didn't think that, I would have issues with people trying to copy my account already, right? It's crazy to me, but they did. So anyway, I spent a ton of time over the weekend changing roles and this and that, and learning how to actually make sure that the community is safe, and we're not going to get spam and DMs and whatever. So I got all that fixed. I set up some different channels and set up a ticket system. So continuously learning and growing there as well. And the more members that we get, and the more communication that we have with each other, the better it'll be. It's just me, working on all this. I appreciate all of you that subscribe and watch and join the Discord. Let's continue to grow this community, and one day we will have the largest and best trading community out there. I also started planning out a course. Really, really, really early stages. It's going to take me the year to get it all put together. A lot of infrastructure to plan out and get working. The course is going to be very in-depth, but it's going to be very different than any other trading course out there. Mine is not going to be, here's how to read candle charts, and here's, what a bullish candle is, and this and that. We'll touch on that stuff just because you should know the basics, but mine is going to be based on the mental game, the mental side of this, because that's where success is made. And there are no courses out there that deep dive into strategy and tips and whatever else into becoming a better person, which is what you need to do in order to become successful. You need to work on what I call the 3 pillars of success in trading, which is fear, discipline, and what's the third one? I wrote it down. Fear, discipline, and patience, right? Nobody talks about this stuff in any course. People spend thousands of dollars on courses, And none of that is in the course. And that is where the success is. You know, it's easy to learn the charts and strategy and this and that. But if you can't understand how to implement those things, okay, with and control your fear and your patience and your discipline, it doesn't really matter. You could be the best technical chart reader, this, that, and the other thing, and and have the best um, strategy with 99%. It doesn't matter. You'll still fail. So my course is going to be built on learning the mental side of this, um, and yeah, so I'm excited about that. I started laying that out, and again, this is very, very early stages. It's going to take me the year. My goal is to build up the community, build up the YouTube channel over this year, and next year release the course. And I gotta say, it's pretty good. What the layout anyway, and what we're gonna jump into. Um, So that's something I'm going to be working on. And for those of you that get into the Discord now this year, you will have access to that course for free. Just putting that out there. Anybody who gets into the Discord this year or before it switches over to a paid Discord or whatever I'm going to do there, will have free access to my course. Y'all will be the first ones to get to use it, and it'll be free. And you'll have lifetime access. You'll have lifetime access to the Discord. You'll have lifetime access to anything that goes on in the Discord. So if you or your friends are looking for something different, I know it's a ways away still. A year will go by quick, though. Get in now. Get into the Discord now, and help me build out this community, and all of you will have completely free access to everything that happens afterwards. And the course is going to be good. It's going to be unlike any other course, trading course that you've ever been through, seen, heard of. It's going to focus on what is actually required to become successful. Okay. Look at this sell-off, man. Whew. Yeah. I tell you what, we are headed for that trend line. It's almost better off just watching the day chart today, huh? Yeah. So we have surpassed the lows of Friday and where we closed on Friday. So good sign of a continuation to the downside. Let's actually zoom in a little bit. Here's a 15-minute chart. We can watch this for a little bit because the minute chart really isn't giving us much. So you can see here that we've broken the lows of Friday. So huge sell-off on Friday. I caught two pieces of this. I caught this piece here and got out about here. And then I ended up catching this piece here at the end of the day, this leg down right here. Really, really nice trades, except Funder Pro decided to say my account failed. So, and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to hit on it because I'm sour about it. These were excellent trades, and I was doing so well in that challenge account. And to go check the account after all of that and see that it said failed, I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, I'm a little bit sour about that. Yeah. Sorry. If it gets annoying, just tell me and I'll stop. But it's really annoying that I have to, sit here and wait now for my ticket that I put in to get resolved one way or the other. I was really excited about those trades. I made some really, really nice trades. I think I got in somewhere around here yesterday, or on Friday, sorry. And, I caught the beautiful, beautiful move down. I didn't catch the whole thing because there was news that I couldn't be in a trade for. It's one of the rules that they have. So I got out. It was a nice $5,000 trade there. And then I took another trade towards the end of the day when it broke out of the daily imbalance area. And I caught that nice downside too. We'll see what happens. See what happens. Hopefully it gets resolved the proper way and I get that account back. It's still open. I can still go to it. It's still here. Usually when you fail, and look at the account, right? 108. That's where I was at. Usually when you fail an account, this whole thing disappears. You don't have access to it anymore. So the fact that it's still here and I can still switch over to it and I can still trade in it, it's just weird. None of it makes sense. And for me to fail due to surpassing drawdown when I was up $20,000 on Friday, which is insane. That's not a normal thing. It doesn't happen every day. I don't get excited like, oh, this trader makes 20,000 a day. No, I don't. Maybe like 2,000, if that. It was just, I just got lucky catching those drops, right? The NASDAQ doesn't do that kind of stuff on a daily basis. But anyway, yeah, it's just weird. It does not, it's not acting the way it normally acts. So I submitted a ticket. We'll see. I didn't want to miss any trading today though. So I did purchase a new challenge. So you can see that we are at 100,000 again. And I'm showing my P&L from this point forward also. So you'll be able to see the account balance and the P&L as I trade live every day. And it's for you guys. It's for complete transparency, which is my number one thing for you guys. And then it's also so that if something like this happens to me again, I have proof that it's right there on the video. So, anywho, we're actually sitting on the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour. So we might be getting a little bit of some support here. We'll see. We got about 2.5 minutes for the 4-hour candle to close here. And let's see if we push through and close on the lower side of the 200-day moving average. See what happens there. Okay, so we actually have two areas of imbalance here that we can take a look at, right? We have a break-in structure with this candle here, right? And we did leave behind this area here. And we also have another in the downside here. So these could all be areas of interest. Regardless, they are active areas of imbalance, no matter how you want to look at it, whether we retrace to them today or not. These are areas of imbalance that we are leaving behind. If we take a look at the 15, we are forming a big area of imbalance. Depending on how this candle closes and the next, this entire area might end up being, this whole area here might end up being an area of imbalance. And honestly, if that does end up happening, that makes it even stronger, right? So today is, it's Monday. This might be a sit and wait kind of day. This also might be a do not trade day. Volatility is spiking. And honestly, when that happens, especially when we're up in these levels here, we're at 109 on the VVIX. That's no bueno. That's no good. I don't trade in that. I'm actually surprised that it's leaving behind areas of imbalance, to be honest with you. Usually when the volatility is this high, we don't leave areas of imbalance behind. The wicks just take them out with every move. So that's a little surprising. but we're spiking. I mean, it's moving pretty quickly to the upside here. So we did break the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour, and we're still pushing down. So we'll see. We're looking pretty strong to the downside still. Oh yeah, this is the last 5 seconds here. See if we get a continued push. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So also keep in mind the VVIX or volatility index, when it's above 100, number one, it's a big caution sign, right? Be cautious because volatility is high. Number two, the other thing that tells me is your support and resistances are less likely to hold, even if they've held in the past. So I'd just be really, really careful with your trades today. So here's a big thing. If you guys are looking for long-term investments or whatever, this is not financial advice, right? Not financial advice, just an interesting topic. A lot of AI companies and data centers, because of the amount of energy needed to run these AI models and whatnot, are looking at going back to nuclear, number one. And some companies like Google have actually spoke about building their own nuclear plants right next to their data centers. So here is an article that came out just a couple minutes ago about top tech companies turn to hydrogen and nuclear energy for AI data centers. That's a big thing. It's been spoke about for, I'd say, the last year. It might be an interesting thing to look into for long-term investment. Nuclear, not financial advice. I feel like this so. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a nobody. I, am not even a profitable day trader yet. So I'm just speaking my mind out here. It's not financial advice. Let's put that out there. But it is an interesting topic. What we have now for electricity isn't going to cut it. And as AI continues to grow and expand, these data centers, tech companies need more power. So they're gonna have to do something. Solar isn't gonna cut it. Our power grid currently isn't gonna cut it. So it's just, it's something to look into. Yeah, volatility is just going like a rocket. And what goes up must come down, right? So here goes the NASDAQ. Volatility is going up. NASDAQ is falling. See how far away we are now from that trend line. Yeah, getting there. It may not happen today, but I would definitely say we're gonna touch that trend line again, or get close to it before we head to the upside. If this, let me just say this trend line is over a year strong. Okay, if this trend line gets broken, and look, wait for confirmation, retest it, and continue. There's some downside in the market at that point. We are just selling off this morning without any entry, without any opportunity. At least for me, my strategy. Yep. Selling off. So here's another area of imbalance here. Like I said, it's odd that we're leaving these behind with volatility up the way it is. We're at 112 now on the VVIX. So it would be very unlikely that we reach these two today. And even this one, honestly, the way we were going. We're going to hit support somewhere. Question is where? I hope you guys are enjoying the updates in the Discord. They seem to be working pretty well. The calendar as well. Then I added some other channels to the news, so it's pulling from more places. So we're getting some good crypto news in there now, also, and some other things like that. It's filling up the news channel for sure, but I suppose I could separate them if you guys want into a stock market news channel and a crypto news channel. I could do that. I like having, so I have the Discord up, obviously, and I like just leaving it on the news channel while I'm trading because the articles come up as soon as they're released, which is nice. So if you see something happen in the market, and you're like, oh, what's going on with that? That was sudden and unexpected. A lot of times the corresponding news article is there, which is kind of nice. I like it. Yeah, the market doesn't even want to pull back today. It's just going. Sometimes it be like that. Mm-hmm. 10 o'clock. Volatility still running up. This might be a no trading day. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Especially because I had to do a new account today. Lame. Let me just show you guys. Look. I can still open this account that they claim that I failed after making those big trades. You can see, look at, you can see the balance there, right? That's there. I can even show you the trade history. Here's that $16,000 one right there. 5,000 before that. I made another one, 8,000. Crazy. Yeah, a bunch of red trades also in there. Like, yeah. Once I found out the account had failed, I was like, oh, well, why am I still able to trade? And I placed a bunch of dumb trades just to see if it would actually close out the account or not, and it didn't. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So while I'm waiting for that ticket to be answered from their customer service department there, I opened a new account this morning so that I can actually make some headway. And we're not going anywhere. Yeah. I think this is definitely one of the things that we're going to touch upon in the course that I create for next year is things are going to happen. Things are going to come up, whether it's in your trading account, in life, and whatever, and you're going to have, you know, emotions towards that stuff, whether you want to admit it or not. Whatever, that's on you, but you do, and it does affect your ability to make decisions, especially in trading. And when it comes to money, it's just like a human thing that we've grown up in. It's not built into our DNA, unfortunately. When it comes to money, emotions run high, and that's where people fail. And that's what's missing in every other trading course out there. Now, don't go steal my idea either and make your own course on that. That would be unfortunate. I'm talking to you guys because you're here. I appreciate you being here. I'm giving you a heads up. And if you are a member of the Discord, which is free currently, you will have free access to that course. But anyway, so my point is even what happened with my trading account last week, I made those nice trades. I was on this high. Come to find out, according to Funder Pro, my account is no longer active, except it's still there. All those things are challenging emotionally. And, it could affect your trading. Clean. So it's an important thing to talk about and continue to talk about. And it's definitely going to be one of the things that I will talk about all the time because that's where success is made in this game, is in you. It's you versus you. You versus you. And the sooner you realize that the market isn't against you, the market doesn't give a shit about you. Or anybody else for that matter. So if you could just, you get that out of your head and realize that you're trading against yourself, really, you will find a quicker path to success. It's not easy. I can't even tell you how many times the frustration, has gotten to me. It happens. We're human. How many times I just wanted to be like I quit. I'm not doing this anymore. I can't do this. A lot of times. But if you don't keep trying, you'll never become successful, right? So we just keep on keeping on. This is nice that we actually did get a retracement here into this area of imbalance. Looks like we're going to disrespect it, which we just did, which is fine. I'm still going to be careful. I'm not looking for long positions here, not yet, because we could just be running up to retest the 200-day moving average that we blew through. And we also have these other areas of imbalance too. You could, possibly take a long here targeting one of these. I would not go any higher than this. But it would be very, very risky on a day like today with the volatility as high as it is. I would rather look for a short position. And let some things play out here and, If we move through both of these, then maybe we have some upside here, but again, very risky. It's all, you know, based on your risk assessment or whatever you're comfortable with risking. I mean, you could absolutely look at this and say that we got a nice bullish candle here that took out 1, 2, 3 candles previously, a continued push. We broke through this area of imbalance, which you could now use as an inverse area of imbalance, right? We closed above here. You could theoretically take a long position with your stop loss below this area here, targeting this area of imbalance. That's totally feasible. My problem is, if we were below 100 on the VVIX, I'd be like, yep, all day. But the volatility is so high that that just is kind of outside of my risk safety net for me. And everybody's different. So, you know, you trade the way you feel comfortable trading, right? Don't listen to me. I'm just talking out what I would do. Yeah, I just don't know that we would actually even make it up here, to be honest with you. And the thing too is the 200-day moving average is like in here on the 4-hour chart. So if we did take this as an inverse trade here, you know, do we even have enough to get to the next area of imbalance? That's my question. So for me, you know, I really try hard to ask myself why I shouldn't get into trades before I get into trades, instead of trying to convince myself to get into a trade. It works out a lot better in my favor if I ask myself, or I try to find reasons not to get into a trade. And honestly, if there's a lot more reasons to not get in a trade than to get into a trade, then I don't take it, unless I'm feeling frisky. But for me right here, just we have a very strong, you know, downside day today and Friday last week. We have a 200-day moving average on the 4-hour chart that's coming through this area here and is actually starting to roll over. The volatility index is extremely high today. So all of those things combined are telling me to not take this trade. So for me, I'm going to stay out. Wait for the next opportunity. Even if it's not today. Even on the 4-hour chart, you know, like this candle here, switch over here. What is that? I didn't even take any trades. Anyway, this candle here just started. We're only 20 minutes in. So the chances that this comes back to fill in are way higher than it continuing to the upside. You know what I mean? So I have, yeah, that's not going to be not going to be a good trade to take, in my opinion. We shall wait. Yeah, see? Look at that. Would have gotten stopped out. Mm-hmm. It is nice to, when you talk through these trades in your head or out loud or whatever, and it plays out the way that you were thinking about it. It just adds more confirmation for you in your strategy, which is really nice. The more confidence you can have in your strategy, the better off you'll be. You can place trades and feel good about them, and then that kind of helps with that fear aspect. You know, the fear of losing or the fear of missing out. If you trust in your strategy, then that fear of losing decreases. I'm not gonna say it diminishes or it goes away completely. I don't know that it ever will, but it decreases at least. So, we have Nvidia earnings this week too. When do they come out? Oh boy. When does Nvidia report earnings? The 26th. What's today? The 24th. Oh, a Wednesday. On Wednesday, right before GDP and PCE numbers come out. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I tell you what, Nvidia is going to have a big impact on El Marketo. Yes. And their aftermarket close on Wednesday, I'm sure. Usually they're after Wednesday. Where are you at, Nvidia? Yep. Wednesday at 4:20. Nvidia reports earnings. Mhm. That's going to be interesting. Yeah. That could have a huge impact because Nvidia has been so important in the AI push that we've really had for most of the year last year, and a lot of people are expecting to continue this year. So if their earnings come out good again, you're going to see, I would imagine you're going to see some upside, and that might be, I don't know, we have PCE on Friday, though, and GDP on Thursday. I think maybe with those three things combined, if they come in good, it might be the necessary push we need to continue to the upside and make all-time highs, perhaps. So we might be getting some choppiness in the market today and tomorrow, and even during the day Wednesday, because we're holding out for data and Nvidia earnings. It was crazy. Nvidia earnings is big. It's big. The market really has been running on this AI industry, led by Nvidia. So, yeah. My kid is screaming in the background there. He just woke up and he sounds happy, happy, happy. Oh, did we get a new member in Discord? Did we? I think we did. Welcome, welcome. Quadruple T. Welcome to the family. What other news we got going on here? I apologize. This is a boring day, guys. Really not much going on. You know. Maybe we can find something else to chat about here while we're letting the market figure its stuff out. Letting the market figure its life out here. Let's see. Yeah, so I forgot about NVIDIA earnings for a second there. That's cool. That's happening Wednesday. PCE data on Friday and GDP data on Thursday. Good things. Is Bybit safe after the hack? You know, I don't care what anybody says. Like, none of these places are safe. How many of them have been hacked at this point? Come on. How could you even, if you think that any of these, listen, I'm a crypto fan, okay? I'm a fan of the idea of crypto, okay? But let's be real. If you think that any of these exchanges are safe, you've got to be fooling yourself, really. Almost every single one of them has been hacked at some point or another, right? The whole idea of crypto and Bitcoin and Ethereum specifically is great, and I'm for it. Okay, but don't kid yourself. Nothing is safe. Do what you need to do to protect your assets. So if you're going to get into crypto, cold storage, man, cold storage. All right. Don't leave your assets in these exchanges because none of them are safe. None of them. If you want to day trade in them, day trade in them. Whatever. You're not holding any assets. But if you're gonna get into crypto for long-term investment purposes, which I'm here for, again, not financial advice, put it in a cold wallet, cold storage. Keep it somewhere safe. Don't throw it in the trash. Yeah. Yep. Exactly what I thought. I didn't think we had enough to kind of push up into these areas here. So glad I didn't take that trade there. We're still very much bearish today, obviously. Obviously. So my bias will remain that way until I get confirmation that we are not. So I will continue to look for plays to the downside if it gives me any. Now, some of you may ask, like, okay, well, why didn't we take this trade to the downside? For me, in my rules that I have set up, I've made this ICT concept, which is really kind of, there's a lot to it, and I feel like a lot of it is unnecessary. So I've made my strategy very simple. I simplified it. And these areas of imbalances, once they have been taken up, they're no longer valid for me. So this was taken up and actually pushed through to the other side. As soon as that happened, it's no longer valid. So you just delete it. Doesn't matter if it comes back in, bounces within it, but to me, this imbalance was balanced this first push through. Once the imbalance is balanced, okay, because that's what market makers are doing, then it's not useful for a trade anymore for me. And you know, anybody can disagree with me or whatever. That's fine. I don't really care. And you guys can trade off it if it works for you. Cool. For me, I don't use it afterwards. So I have it laid out here just so that everybody can see what I was looking at initially. But once we balance this imbalance out, it no longer is useful to me. So I look for another one. And so if you understand the market is just looking for liquidity, and the market wants to be balanced. That's what market makers do. And so they use these areas here in order to either continue the moves that they're making or to make moves initially, right? So with liquidity. So once that's why I like the idea of ICT. I just think I think it needs to be simplified. The whole idea of looking for imbalances and placing your trades within those imbalances makes a lot of sense to me. That's where most of people's stop losses end up being, if you look at the structure. So that makes sense that my entry is your stop loss, right? And that has worked out for me. Simple as that. You know, back testing it works. 80% win rate for me. With my simplified strategy. And, you know, maybe, do I miss a lot of opportunities? Maybe, you know, yes, no, maybe, it doesn't matter. There's always opportunities. So. This has been eaten up, no longer valid. These two areas up here, still valid. These are imbalances that have not been balanced yet. You know? Let's actually head over to the 15 and see. Okay, so look at, now we have an area of imbalance on the 15-minute chart. These tend to be much stronger. Okay? And that coincides, kind of, with these other two areas here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. I don't think that candle is closed yet. It has not. So if this candle closes without coming into this area, then this 15-minute area of imbalance will coincide with the 1 hour, which makes it even more strong. Right? So there you go. Now you have this nice area here that you can place trades off of that will be stronger. So that's what I like to look at the 15-minute to see if we have any imbalances left in the 15-minute. And then I go down to the 1 minute to actually place trades. So on the 1 minute, we have this area of imbalance also. So if price actually comes up into this area that's within the bigger area, this is a pretty good, strong place to possibly place a trade. All right. If we get a, if we get a pullback up in there. And this may not end up happening today. This might be an opportunity tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, market's moving pretty slow now. Volatility is still way up there. Opportunities, we might get something later. Once we get close to 11 o'clock-ish, even, once we're past like 11:50, 12 o'clock, market volume starts to slow down. You might get something in the afternoon session. But, mark out your areas, set your alerts, go enjoy the day. If you get an alert, come back to the charts. But that's really, that's really all you can do. That is all you can do. So, I think, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll hang out a little bit longer. If I do, I'm going to take a little break, I think. And then I'll come back. But maybe I'll leave this up. I'll leave the live up a little bit. Pump the music a little bit for you guys. You guys can keep watching. And then if something comes up, maybe we'll get a little trade in. Maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to take a little break, guys. I'm going to leave the live up, though. I'll pop some music in a little bit louder here and let you guys... that way, if something does come up, then I'll still be on. Yeah. So I'll be back in a few. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you that have already subscribed. The channel is growing really quickly, and that's super humbling. Thank you guys so much. We're going to continue to grow and continue to give you guys more value. Discord, it's the biggest thing that, other than the YouTube channel, it's the biggest thing that I'm pushing right now. Link in the description. Join the Discord. Right now it's free. If you get in now while it's free, you have lifetime access to everything that will be in the Discord in the future. And once I switch over to paid, obviously you will have to pay. So if you guys are looking for a free ride, including the course that I will be pushing out sometime next year, join the Discord, because you'll have free access to all of that, including the course, which is going to be really, really good. Really, really good. It's going to be different than any other trading course out there. We'll focus on the mental side of this game, which no other course does. So if you want free access to that course for lifetime, join the Discord now while it's free. Link in the description. All right. I'm going to go take a break, let the market do its thing a little bit, and I'll let you guys stay on for a little bit, and we'll pump the music, and if something is playing out, I'll come back. Yeah. All right. The market has done nothing. Nothing. All right, we're back. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. A little bit longer, and then I'm going to call it a day for the live, set some alerts, and go enjoy the day. But let's see if maybe we actually get a reversal here. Who knows? Volatility is still high. I don't really have any expectations for the day, to be honest with you. This is going to be one of those days that you don't trade, which is fine. No big deal. Tomorrow's another day. Hopefully get a little bit, a little less volatility, and we can actually try to get into something. Let's see what we're doing here. Take a look at the larger time frame so far. Maybe we get some support down here. Let's see if we get a retracement up into this area. Honestly, that's probably what I'd be looking for today, if anything. Oh, this is actually going to close. Okay, so boom, that's your 1 hour area of imbalance now, okay? Which coincides with your 15-minute, which is nice. Let's see with the 4 hour, it actually coincides with the 4 hour also. So far, this candle has to close still, so I take that back. That doesn't coincide with anything on the 4 hour. Nothing on the day chart as far as imbalances were left behind here, at least not yet. If this candle if we get this candle close today below today's highs, then you might have an area of imbalance here on the day chart. But we got to finish the day out first before that happens. So if anything, honestly, today, if I'm going to look for anything, maybe later in the day, is a retracement into this area of imbalance left behind by the 15 and the 1 hour. I would still look, honestly, if we respect in here, I would still look to go short because that's the overall trend so far. If we disrespect these areas here, then you can look for some long positions. But other than that, really there's nothing in here that gives anything as far as my strategy goes. I mean, maybe you got a little one right here. I mean, maybe. This is the stronger area. I'd like to see price come back into this area of imbalance here, specifically this one here. Respect it, give us a bearish sign coming out of it that we can take a short position. So that's really what I'd be looking for today. If we don't get any of that, then obviously, you know, I'm not going to take any trades today. Hopefully I hear back from support on my other account. It'd be really nice to get back into that one because that one is almost done with phase 1. See if I got anything back in the emails today. Nope, still nothing. So just continue, obviously, in this account here. So that's going to be it for really today. I'd like to see price come back into this zone here. Thinking about continuing shorts. Otherwise, we might not be getting much more than this today. Volatility is still pretty high. I don't like trading when volatility is as high as it is. It's very not a great market to trade in. Keep in mind, we do have NVIDIA earnings coming out this week. That comes out on Wednesday after market close, so we could just be getting some choppiness until we get to Wednesday. We also have PCE prices coming out on Friday, and then we have GDP numbers coming out on Thursday. So after last week's sell-off, we might be getting some consolidation for the next couple of days until we get all of those numbers out. NVIDIA's earnings are going to hit the market pretty strongly, considering they're the company that's kind of leading this AI wave through, which has really been pumping the market up for the last 6 months at least. So if their earnings come out really good, then we can definitely see a jump in the market. And then GDP and PCE prices are going to be pretty important Thursday and Friday. So if, we might get some consolidation for the next couple of days, getting a little closer to that overall trend line that I showed you guys earlier. Let's just bring that up. If we get some consolidation in the next couple of days, we get close to this trend line, and then NVIDIA's earnings come out. If we get good numbers, okay, with NVIDIA's earnings, PCE, and GDP, that might be enough for us to hold support here, and then hopefully at that point have enough push to make new all-time highs. We tested them 3 days last week. We got rejected each day. We have a nice sell-off going on right now, heading back towards this trend line that is a year strong, over a year strong. So at this point, that's kind of what I'm thinking, planning on, for the week ahead. None of this has to occur. This is just me talking out loud. The market's going to do whatever the market wants to do, right? And anything could happen. Trump could, say something on X or Elon, who knows, But just looking at the overall, those are the things that are coming up. We know NVIDIA's earnings are coming up and they're going to be important to the market. We know PCE prices are important, GDP growth, all those things. So we could be getting some consolidation here now, maybe a little bit more movement to the downside towards this trend line. And then we get those numbers later on this week, and hopefully we pick a direction. Doesn't really matter what direction. You can trade both ways. Just want the market to pick a direction, right? So that's the plan there. If we do end up coming back into this area today, then I'll look and see if it gives any opportunities to continue to the downside. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. 12 o'clock, volume really starts to decrease. So trades get a little bit more risky at that point. So I try not to trade after that unless it's like a really, really good setup. So I'll watch for a little bit longer here. I'm probably going to end the live at this point, though, just because it's pretty boring and I don't want to waste y'all time. But I'll watch the market a little bit longer. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. Hopefully we get a little bit better of a market tomorrow, maybe some less volatility, and then we'll see what we get. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, do all those things. Link for my free Discord is in the description below. Building a really, really awesome community. It's my goal to make my Discord community the best, strongest, and biggest trading community available. So these are the early days. I got a lot of ideas, a lot of stuff to build out. Join now while it's free. It won't be free forever. If you get in now while it's free, anything that I put out, including courses and stuff down the road, will be free, and you'll have access, lifetime access to that, always. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Always appreciate you. Channel is growing very, very quickly. Thank you. I'm humbled by that, and I will continue to increase value for you guys, always. So with that being said, that's going to be it for me today. I will post anything that I do further today in the Discord, And if you don't hear from me, that means I took no more trades and or no trades. And I will see you all tomorrow morning. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.